Right, let's take the first one. Right, now they're saying the straight line AB has the equation of this one. When I equation level in that way level filling up in again, we go one chair. So already, for you to know the things correct, you must put it in standard form again. Can we put this formula in standard form? Now we must make y subject of the formula again. Now if you are to make this subject of formula, what are the 5y equals to, now the rest is being y right on the right hand side again. What do you buy? 3x plus 5 again. Now you must make y subject the formula, or you must divide throughout by 5 again. So if you divide throughout by 5, this side will be y equals to, now what we have there is 3 over 5x plus 1. Agar 5 divided by 5 1. Apera divide, so to divide as by scope market. Write what I'm writing or write your own to compare. You must be writing. If you know it, write it fast than to look at what I'm writing. The one again. Otherwise, after that, we compare. So now, if written our equation in standard form, right now in standard form, we know that we know the gradient and then we know the y-intercept. I get fine. So now let's see another straight line CD. This line was AB. Maybe let's try to highlight that. That will be AB. So this is my AB. This is my AB. You see that again? And then now they're talking of line now there's line what? CD. This is a line CD in that case. Now they are saying this line CD is having any is drawn to intersect AB at what? At P, and here's at P of what? 5 and 4, such that the acute angle between AB and CD is 45 degrees. Here I want to share the angle of 45 degrees. I get. Now it's fine. Having that information, now they are saying determine the gradient of line CD. 5 marks. So having we want the gradient of line CD. Now how can we do that? We are given the line of what? AB. Then with the equation with the gradient of 3 over 5. That is the line of what? AB. Then now they want the gradient of CD, 5 marks. Level 3 question. So how are we going to attack that? Yeah? Down here. How to get that this angle? You want to get alpha, and you come to get the other one. So hence it's 5 marks. Fine. Remember, for us to get the gradient, it means, remember we have a formula saying what? Agree CD only one point, I get. So we know our formula of gradient already of because we need 2 points, I get. What else are we tan theta equals to A. When I get. So this theta is what? Angle, and angle of inclination is this angle, I get. So if you get this angle, then you get the gradient of this line, I get. Yeah? That is the angle of inclination. We use it to get the gradient of a line. Now let's go and get this angle. Now we have this one. Okay, it's fine. Now can you get this alpha? Now this alpha is also an angle of inclination, I get. And then now, do we have the gradient of this line, the yellow line? Yeah? Do we have the gradient of the yellow line? What is the gradient? Because right here from this formula, this formula is giving us mx plus c, which is our gradient is here. So 3 over 5 is our gradient of the line AB. Now if you know the gradient of line AB, it means we can know this angle. Knowing that, okay, now on this AB, I'm going to say the tan of alpha equals to the gradient of AB. Okay, because this AB is the gradient, is having a gradient, and alpha is an inclination of AB. Right? And this formula, of course, it will give me the angle. Right now, what is the gradient of AB? 3 over 5. Right? So the tan of alpha equals to 3 over 5. Again, Mamile, we want alpha. That would be alpha equals to, now if you have angle, the second function of tan of 3 over 5. So what do you get? You get 30 comma, you get 30 comma 96 degrees. After 6 what like? If you 96 what? 3, then it's 30,96. I get. Now command this angle guy 30,96 degrees. And then now, after knowing this one, we can also know this angle. I get. Because what is the name of this angle 45? This angle they are vertical opposite, so we can know that angle. I get. And then now, let's see. Oh, it means let's write just here we have how much? 45 degrees. I get. Now if you know this, you can use your rule of say angles in a triangle is they add up to 180, then you get the third one. Or you can see that this is an exterior angle of this triangle. I get. So meaning that what can we give this angle? Let's just give it beta again. Here. Let's just give it beta. Remember, this diagram must appear on your answer sheet again. So you can write these things there so that when you write beta, that's all you want to do. So you show it on the diagram and you show it on your answer again. So now it means angle B or beta equals to, remember, it must be the sum of the interior opposite angles again. So which means it will be the sum of this 30 and the sum plus 45. So right, if you get that angle will be 45 degrees plus 30, 96 degrees. I get. Then what do you get? 70,96 degrees. I get. Now, we found our angle, but we know that the tan of beta equals to the gradient of CD. So when I get the question is looking for the gradient of CD. Now, but I know the angle, which is beta. What about the tan of 75,96 degrees equals to the gradient of CD. Now, what do you get if you press your calculator there? You get? So it means the gradient of CD equals to 4. Because you must, if you convert it to two decimal places, it takes you to a whole number, which is 4 again. So now we know the gradient of this line, which is m now equals to 4. Any question? So that's how they can trick you to get the gradient. I'm sure they will look for the equation. Hence, otherwise, determine the equation of the CD. Now, how to get the equation? Remember, you must have your formula y equals to mx plus c. Now, y equals to what? Do we have the gradient of CD? Is 4, then multiplied by x plus c. Now, how do you get the value of c? What are you more point of intersection? Rinyaga point ring imodima line yang rinyaga point imodima line yang ya CD line rinyaga wala ngayo arabu lega point of intersection asio rinyaga point ring imodima that line ukasir point of intersection so now that point nalama we can have what? P. So we're going to substitute P among 5 and 4. Rapply you got point of view nka point ga biya mu ka ultimate value jam or ke ka point ga biya le nam. So say at point P. So now in that case we know that is x, that is y, again. So now for us to get C, we substitute the x and the y. What point will remove the line yang CD, again. So we find only one point, which is P here, again. So what else guy? Y guy 4 equals to 4 x guy 5 plus C. So you get 4 equals to how much? 20 plus C. So what will be the value of C? You get what? Negative. So now you have the equation. Can you write the equation in full? Now it will be y equals to 4x minus 60. Now that will be the equation of this line CD. Any question? So now we revise the equation. We revise the gradient again. So let's see another one. Maybe you'll have the midpoint. This is coming from 2010 November. Let's see if we can tackle it in a nicer way. Now let's fill in the information. In the diagram below, A, B, C are the vertices of triangle. Where is A is there, B, C are the corners of a triangle, hence that's the vertices of a triangle. AC is extended to cut the x-axis at D. So this AC is cutting the x-axis. What are the coordinates of D here? Yeah? So far just know it's x and 0. When I get that is something that you have to know on the x-axis, that the y value is what? 0. So I media value x, then it's fine. Now that is the information that is given. Here's our diagram. Now let's see. Calculate the gradient of AD. What is AD? A is here and D is down there. Can you see that? Now they want the gradient. Now because they're saying AD, are there any 2 points on AD, line AD? Are there any 2 points? Remember our gradient is 2 points again. Are there any 2 points that we know on AD? Now this is what we've mentioned, that okay, now on line AD, let's show line AD. Here's the line. Can you see this line? How many points do we have on that line? 3 points again. I'm having A, C, and D. And then if that is the case, I know that the gradient of AC will be the same as the gradient of CD. So I don't have to scratch my head or okay, why I cannot jadi gradient? Because I will ACD in that case, they are what? they are collinear again, meaning that I can use AC ukumanama the gradient of AD. Again. Can we find the gradient of AD quickly? What else? Can we find the gradient of AD quickly? What is the gradient of AD? You're getting half. Anyone who second the half? Are you all getting half? Mana? Of one. If you are forgot Ruben, Walape. I can come to teach me, I want an active mind. Right now, the gradient of AC. That's what we can get. We cannot say gradient of AD now. Gradient of AC because that is the one we have the coordinates. Okay. So now the formula sheet will be given. Then you write your formula. Okay. If you want to copy it, you copy y1 minus y2 over x1 minus. Then I told people that you must, if you want to do that, you can write x1, x2, y1, y2, so that now you focus on what you're substituting again. So now let's substitute the gradient of AC equals to what? Now y1 here is 4 minus y2 7 over, then now x1 is negative 3, then minus what do you get? 3, because I'm having x1 x2. So now what do you get? I will have negative 3 over negative 6. So the answer will be 1 over 2. So now can we say now the gradient of AD equals to 1 over 2? Clear? Fine. Now let's get to the second one. The gradient of BC. Oh, sorry for that. I was supposed to say we found what? The gradient of AC equals to the gradient of AD equals to 1 over 2. That's what you must show again. Knowing that agro kumane because kumane AC then simply say is equals to the gradient of, you cannot give a reason, but you know that they are collinear again. So now that will be the case. Right, the second one, when the gradient of BC. What is BC? B and C. All we have the coordinates again. Now on BC, let's go to BC. Now focusing on BC, we have all the coordinates. So simply you write your formula, then the gradient of BC equals to, now you know how to write it again. So you must have the x1 and the x2. So if you start at B, you can have 1 minus, then the x at C will be minus 3. Oh, should we start with the y? So hence you must write the formula. Can you see that the problem? So you must have what? y1 minus y2, or y2 minus y1 is 5, x1 minus x2. You be copy the formula sheet again. So now start with the y's. If I start here, 4 minus, then I must come secondly here. What do I get? Negative 6 again. Over. So you go x lona go to again. We will get negative 3 minus 1. Right now, this is critical to get 10. Then now, below you have minus or negative 4. So what will be the answer? Negative 5 over. So now we have the gradient of AB, which is negative 5 over 2. Right, now let's go to 2.2. Calculate the size of D angle CB. Let's go and export that. D angle CB. So this is D. From D here, I'll be going to, from D I'll be going to C. And C, they said what? C is an angle. Then I must find this angle again. Because after that, it's to B. So they are looking for that angle on that level. Okay. They simply said level 2 question. Then it's a 3 marks. Right, let's see what we can get. The simplest way of getting this one, we can even go the long way. We can know this angle and know this one, and then we know the third one. I get. If you know this one, and this one, then we can know this angle. Can you see that? Because this is in triangle DCM, not DCM, but DC at and this point here. Because M is the midpoint, I think, yeah, the midpoint of CB. Even if that's why I will, but that will be the case. So can you get this angle here? Can you get angle D? What is the angle D? Because you've got the gradient again. So what will be? It means we'll have C angle D, and then what? What point can we give there? Maybe we can go to, or we can simply say angle D is fine. Angle D. What do you get? You get 26. Remember, for us to get that, we want the gradient. So that would be the second function of the gradient of, what is the gradient of AD? I get. That will be the second function of her. What do you get? 2 guys? 26, 56 or 57? What is the correct answer? 5 degrees. 26,57 degrees. I get. Then now we can also find this angle here. I get. They as why I but now let's find it. How do you find this angle? Can we give it beta? So angle beta will be the second function of tan. Now what is the gradient of BC? We've got negative again. Let's put positive and see what we get. Oh, negative is fine because that is on the negative side. That should be negative 5 over 2. What will be the answer? Negative 68, 20 degrees. Again, there is angle beta here, which is negative again. That will be 68,20 degrees. This one shows that we're going in a clockwise direction. So now we know that angles of a triangle, they add up to 180. So now I'll say I know that angle D plus angle C, or but C so I have to say D angle C B plus the unknown angle there, which was beta, supposed to give me 180 degrees. I get angle C ne triangle. Now what is angle D? If you manage 26,57 degrees plus this angle C is what they are looking for again. D angle CB plus angle beta 68,20 degrees equals to 108 degrees. Now D angle CB equals to, now go here 180 minus 68,20 minus 26,57. What do you get? You get what? 85. 85. 85 comma 23 degrees. Now that will be that angle of C. Any question? Is there a question? Write down the equation of a straight line AD. They said write down 1 mark. What is AD? So let's keep this value. You said 85. Yes, AD 5,23 degrees. Now they want the equation of line AD. What is that equation? We know the gradient. Then what is left is to know the y value there. Can we write it or should we calculate it? The line AD from A to D. So we have y equals to 1 over 2 x plus c. Again. Then what we have? We can substitute any point again. So we have 4 equals to 1 over 2 into negative 3 plus c. Now what we have here is 4 equals to negative 3 over 2 plus c. Now we check out my wiring. 4 plus 3 over 2 equals to c. What do you get on the calculator? 11 over, this will be 10, 8 plus 3, that will be 11 over 2 again. And what is the equation there? You say y equals to half x plus 11 over 2. And that will be the equation of, now let's write it. This equation will be y equals to half x plus 11 over 2. Now we've got the equation. Now let's go to the next question. They're saying determine the coordinates of M, the midpoint of B, C. So that is a free mark. You get your free 2 marks there. All the things are given. So we can use that x at M equals to, now it means we have to add x1 plus into minus 3 again over 2. What will be the answer? Negative 1. Then the y at M equals to the two values of y, 4 plus into minus 6 over 2. So what do you get? Negative 1 again, negative 1. So can you see that M is what? Is negative 1 and negative 1. So now you have the coordinates of the midpoint. Is that clear? Any question? So M is what? Negative 1 and negative 1. Then you'll be done with this equation, which is the midpoint of BC again. So can you write that equation? Oh, they are there on there. Because this diagram will be there on your answer book. I'm not sure. The great chance we're going to offer this answer book again. Then you have to answer, read through the diagram for yourself to write the values. Next question. If G with the coordinates A and B is a point such that A, G, M lie on the same line. Let's plot that. Is a point such that A is here. From A to we got what? G. A, G. From there we go to what? M. To here. lie on the same line. Can you see that? They lie on the same line. Show that B is 2A plus 1. They lie on the same line. What is the key of the point lying on the same line? What is the key? They are collinear, meaning they have the same gradient. So you must find that, because they said collinear is the points that are lying on the same line. Okay. So if they say lie on the same straight line, it means they have the same gradient. That is the only key we're gonna get. So we're going to use the gradient to find the value of B. Okay. So now let's find the gradient of what? We can find the gradient of AM. Okay. It's fine. You must work out the gradient of AM equals to AM will give us a number. Get? It will give us a number. Let's see. What are you buying it? Let's start with the y's. It will be 7 minus into minus 1. I get over. Show me go A. What are you about 3 minus into minus 1? What will be the answer? 8 over 4. That will be 2. Can you see that? Now I must find the gradient of what? Now you must include G. Again, which one is simple? We can include the gradient of what? GM. Why one again? The gradient of GM. What do you get? You get B minus into minus 1. Again, over what do you get? A minus into minus 1. That is the gradient of GM. Again, now let's simplify that. It will be B plus 1 over A plus 1. Is that correct? Now I know that the gradient of AM is the gradient of GM. Again, now can you equate that? Now if you equate that, we'll have 2 equals to B plus 1 over A plus 1. Can you see that? Now let's, you would like to cross multiply again. So if you cross multiply, we have 2 into A plus 1 equals to 1 multiplied by B plus 1. Is that correct? That is cross multiplication. And now we have 2A plus 2 equals to B plus 1 again. Now can you solve for B? If you solve like B, what are 1 will go to again? So like B equals to 2A and then over 2 minus 1. Yeah, guys? Plus 1. Then now you've shown that your B equals to that part. So can you see that the keys that you know that they are on the same line? Again, they are having the same gradient. Any question? Now we have the value of B here. S what? S2A plus 1. So hence calculate two possible values of B. If GC, now we're given the distance, we must apply the distance formula. GC, what is G? G is this one, and then we're given that now we must GC. We're given that GC is square root of 7. And if GC is a distance, I get distance from G to C, then I must apply what? Distance formula to get the values of B. They are saying there are 2 of them. And then possible values, not the, calculate the 2 possible. They said there are 2. So you must see that. Now we are applying the distance formula. When we're doing the application, let's go and apply that. So this can be in either grade, because the application of distance is 10 grades. Okay? So you must just grab your things and understand them well. You have to understand your algebra at some point. Right, let's go through it. All right, the distance of GC equals to, we know it will be the square root of, that is x, maybe x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared. I get. Now let's plug in. What is the GC? Okay, square root of 7 equals to, now square root of, now which one to you choose to be x2? Which one? Are you studying at C or are you studying at G? Let's start at C. It will be minus 3. I get. Minus what? Minus 3 minus A all squared plus, then what would be the value? We started at C. That would be what? 4 minus, what will be the value of y here? Okay? Something one 2a plus 1, because that is the y value at G. Then you close again all squared. Remember, if you bracket, each bracket must open and close. Okay? Right. What is the simplest way to do this? From there, we can remove the square root again. If we remove the square root, we do what? We square both sides again. If we square this side, we'll have what? 7. And we square this side, we'll have negative 3 minus what? A all squared plus, now let's break this bracket inside. So of course we have 4 minus 2a minus 1 all squared again. Can we simplify this further? If you simplify that, you guy minus plus 3 again. So can simplify it to be negative 2a plus 3. Can you see that? Now, but the question here was looking for the value of b. What are going to go a what? Or a, then from there I'll get to the b. Alright, let's see. 7 equals to, now we must expand this again. So expand number by 9 minus or plus that will be plus 6a, then that will be plus a squared again. Hey, do your normal way. That's why I get audio move again. Negative 3 negative a into negative 3 negative a. What is this one? This multiplied by this is positive 3. This multiplied by this is positive 3. So minus it over. Kilo over again. So now this side will have plus, and then now we'll have what? 4a squared. Then now when we multiply this one, we'll have what? Minus 12a plus 9. Now can you see, now we remove the brackets. Now let's get the like chance. 7 equals to a squared. What are you looking for, guy? 5a squared. And then a fella, you guy? I'm C minus 6a. Then just constant in guy plus 80. Now I must make it the standard form. I get 7 will put down. Then I'll have 5a squared minus 6a. Or 18 minus 7 guy plus 11. This one is 5 equals to 0. Now can you use quadratic formula to get that? A equals to minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. This one, for grade 10s, you must factorize, I get. We don't have quadratic formula. We will only factorize. So you work the factors of 5 and the factors of 11. And they're also 5 and 11. And they'll give you to 6, I get. So if you factorize, you'll say 5a and then a. Factors of 11 will be 11 and 1, I get. So this will be the center one, this will be negative, positive, I get. Is it negative, negative? I must get positive here. What do you get? You say no solutions. So even here we cannot factorize. Can we check what went wrong? Let's check what went wrong. Here is fine, negative 3, and a is fine, 4 minus 2a plus 1, that was the b, and then minus 2a, and then plus 3. Then you've got 4a squared minus 6 times 2, 9, and then 9 positive 6a squared. Okay, this will be 5a squared negative 6a 18. What went wrong? Eh? Where? Minus 12 to minus 20. Where? Here. What went wrong? You must give us the solution. Okay? Eh? So why are you not getting the values? You must get the values. Where? This one. That is negative. Negative and negative. Then it's fine. We'll find where we got it wrong. But now we have this b. Let me see. Yeah, nonetheless, if that is the case, but maybe we did something wrong, but if you look at this one, if you substitute b here, you can take it away, put b. At the end, what you have? You'll have a second equation, I guess. On the second equation, then you substitute the value of b, then you get it correct. So what you'll do here, you can make this the first equation, and then now what you get here in terms of A and B can be your second equation, I get. But if you do in terms of B, let's try to edit and see what we got wrong. If here is 4 minus B, 4 minus B, right here we have, we still have 4 minus B, but now, in this case, we'll be having something like, let's do this one. We'll be having 4 minus B all squared. What do you get here? This will be 16 minus 16 minus what? Minus 8, I get. 16 minus 8 B, I get, plus B squared. Can you see that? Now, if that is the case, when you get here, I get, it means we'll have that part where we have to work out with the constant. Constant there, 9, 16, and what? And 7. So 9 and 60, what do you get? 25. Can you see that? You'll have now, we'll have 0 equals to 5. That will no longer be 5a squared, I get. We'll have something like this part here. So if you have a squared plus 6a, but now the constant, let's to the b, over plus b squared minus 8b, and then now let's get to the 16. For 16, it will be plus 25 minus 7. So what is 25 minus 7? What do you get? Yeah? 18. So we have 0 equals to a squared plus 6a plus b squared minus 8b and what? Plus 18. Now, in this case, that will be our second equation. Right? Now, on this second equation, what can you do? On the second equation, of course, you can substitute 1 into this one because there is b and you solve for a. Again, our substitutable if you give us the same standard form. So let's erase this one and see. Let's erase and see what we get. We substitute b again. If we substitute b, we have 0 equals to a squared plus 6a plus b are never again 2a plus 1 again all squared again minus 8 into 2a plus 1 and then plus 18. Now let's see, 0 equals to a squared plus 6a. Now what do you get here? Plus 4a squared plus 4. Can you see that? A plus 1 again. Then what? Minus 16a minus 8 again. Minus 8 plus 18. Now let's 0 equals to a squared. Can we add them? 5a squared again. 5a squared. Jadi a over 10 minus 6. 16 over minus 6a. Minus 6a. Then what do you get? 18 plus 8. What do you get? Oh, here's minus again. It's giving us the same answer. Because that will be plus 11. That will be the same answer. One again. So we get the same standard form. So what? Yeah? Let's check what's happening. square root of, what is the value of b? Let's just check the square root. B is what? 6. Negative 6 squared minus 4a is 5, c, the error is this positive 11. Supposed to be, at least it was, if it was negative 11. So you'll check it, but that is the procedure again. You'll check that that was supposed to be negative 11, then that's what's gonna be the correct part, because the only thing making error is this positive again. It's making it a big number. So when you multiply inside the quadratic formula. So, but that is the procedure. You have to check where we went wrong. But the answer is there. There should be the answers. You'll check on it. It's why for November 2010, you might not get it now, but you'll get it. Right, let's do the last part of grade 11, and then you get to the grade 12 part. Right, let's look at this one. This one is from September 2013. Right here, they are saying in the diagram below, A, B, C, D are the vertices of a kite. Now we have a kite. E is a point, is the midpoint. Here's the midpoint of the diagonal BD. BD, and then now AC is perpendicular to BD. Now if AB is perpendicular, now everything is shown there. Now they're saying the equation of AC is given. Now we have the equation of AC, and then AC is there. Determine the equation of PD. What is PD? Okay. PD is here. We only have the coordinates of B again. But they want the equation of what? PD. So how do we do that? Now we use the advantage that PD is perpendicular to AC again. And then we're given the equation of AC again. So if they are perpendicular, it means when we multiply the gradient, they give us what? So meaning the gradient of AC multiplied by the gradient of PD. So you're referring it? Because they said they are perpendicular here. So let's see. We have the gradient of AC. What is the gradient of AC? Negative 1 over 2 multiplied by the gradient of PD equals to negative 4. So now the gradient of PD equals to, supposed to be positive 2 again. Because negative is negative, positive, then 1 multiplied by 2 is that 1. So now we have the gradient of what? PD. Now they want the equation. So y equals to 2x plus c. So null 1 point if it down BD again. So we substitute that to be minus 7 equals to 2 into minus 2 plus C. And then now what do you get? Negative 7 and then positive what? Positive 4. Then what do you get? C equals to C what guy? So now the equation equals to y equals to 2x minus 3. That will be the equation of PD. Any question? Determine the coordinates of E. E bar again, Bible more. E is the midpoint of the diagonal of PD. What is PD? PD. They are saying it's the midpoint. Now, but they want the coordinates now. And we don't have the coordinates of what? D. But we have the equation of what? The equation of this line of BD. I get. Now what can we do to get, because they want what? The coordinates of E. On this kite, what do we do? The remarks. Yeah? What can we do? We have the equation of this line AC. Y equals to minus 1 over 2x plus 2. We have this equation saying y equals to 2x minus, so meaning where they meet here and this line are going to meet. Where they meet, they'll have the same value of x and the same value of y again. So right again, the point of intersection again of the two equations. Hence we simply equate the two y and y of this point is the same. So the equation negative half x plus 2 equals to 2x minus 3. I'm going to solve x more again. Then this half at the 2 plus 3 equals to 2x plus 2x plus half x. Now what do you get? 2 plus half, right? Yeah? This side is 5 equals to 5 over. We write the fractions here. You okay? X again. I'm going to multiply more. Now, this part I multiply, so we divide. So, but now we can take away 2 first again. So we are buying 10 equals to, not 10 equals to 5x. So we divide, then we have x equals to 2. So now we've got the value of x being what? 2. So we can substitute into one of the two equations again. So the nicest one is this one, inert fractions. So now over y equals to 2 into 2 minus 3. What do you get? Y equals to 1. So this is 2 and 1. That will be the coordinates of E. 2 and 1. Any question? Or everything is clear? If the ratio CE is to EA is 1 is to 3, determine the coordinates of A. Where is A? A is here. Yeah, now they are doing maths here. They are saying CE, distance of CE. What is CE? Distance of this one is to EA is 1 is to 3. Now they want the length, they want the coordinates of A. Anyone with the idea? What we see is that CE over EA equals to 1 is to 3. Now looking at this one, if we bring the solar now, what you get? It means 3 times CE is the same as 1 times EA. Solar EA, what is EA? EA here is 3 times bigger than CE. Is 3 times bigger than CE. So now what are the coordinates of A? Should they grow three times than this one? Yeah? Yeah? Because the distance between this one and this one, if you check it, kind of 4 plus 1 is square root of 5. Somewhere square root of 5. And now it come to this one. Any idea? We know that 3 times. So I want to say the coordinates here is 6 and 3 at A. Yeah? Minus 6 and 3. Because they are saying EA base this length all the way from here to here. Now, but AE or EA, this one, is 3 times of this piece. If you take 3 times. So can you multiply this coordinate by, yeah? Yes, it's the kite. What I was saying on the kite. Yeah? What I was saying on the kite. Because now the coordinate is x and y. So we must find this coordinate. Yeah? What distance are bigger than but they want the coordinates. Any idea? And that says a level 1 question. That says it's a level 1 question. Hmm? Kite is just something like this. And this is what? This is a kind of a diagonal, I guess. So we know this one. I say this one. Yes. La BC. The parallel to our kite variable. There are no parallel lines on the kite. Yeah? Algan. They are not parallel. It's fine. We've managed to break out this part. But now we only understand that this length is larger than, is 3 times bigger than this one. So it increases with a kind of a scale factor of 3. But now the problem is that it's not enlarging in a horizontal way or in a vertical way. Fine, we'll check on that one. Let's check the 3.4. They're saying kite PQRS. What is P? PQRS is obtained after the measurement of a kite A, B, C, D is enlarged by scale factor of 2. Calculate the area of the kite PQRS. So the area of A, B, C, D. What is the area of a kite? Rachel, what is the area of a kite? Ering. What's up with the book? Ering. Half. Ering. How is it? Eh? Which length? Eh? Arab lagay A, B, C, D, C. This is a kite A, B, C. So send your half length what? Which length? What is the area kite? Eh? Great 10. So now let's area kite. Eh? Eh, fail. With young, we divide into two triangles. Which one and which one? We have this is the kite A, B, C, D. I want to write the formula here or over one. Half of what? A, there are 4. Hmm? 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 Eh? Into two triangles. Eh, ginya gongwala. Tena ngwala hii. Hmm? Half BD. BD. Eh? BE. Half BE multiplied by AC plus half B A D E AC. Is that all? Eh? Eh? Bukan kayak ini? Eh, right. Simply, you can say the area of a kite is half multiplied by AC multiplied by BD. So you can simply say half of the diagonals. Then you get that is the area of a kite. Then you work because the coordinates of AC and BD in that case. So it means now you work to get these coordinates so that you can now write in a smart way. Right. These ones that are not drawing, normally you get them in grade 10, I get, where they just ask you the questions and then lie on the straight line, technique or game, I get. If they are lying in the straight line and they want the value of y, Roshmi Chaying 4.1. Valang 4.1 What is the technique then? 4.1 Roshmi Chaying. You got grading formula or start. Rodianga grading formula. Rule you must say collinear points no than you must equate the gradients. What's the gradient? You must equate the gradients and solve. Mutulanya the gradient of the gradients. So you must equate the gradients. Right? I think we exhausted uh, the grade 11 part. So these ones are the applications. So you must know your applications of the collinear and the distance formula and the midpoint. So we're done with these ones. Yeah, the gradients you can leave.